Jake Bates. Throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Bunched up. Tua to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Past midfield. Spinning his way. Past the 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello. Hello. We are live. It's UFL Week 5, kicking things off tonight between the Showboats and the Stallions. I'll say real quick to begin this is the only game I'll be live for this week, potentially. Honestly, I might be live for Sunday night's game now. Things are kind of being shifted around with plans, but we are chilling nonetheless here. I have the NFL Draft Night 2 on in the background. Just before going live, Mason Taylor was selected by the Jets, and that one hurts. I knew it was unlikely, but I really wanted Mason Taylor in Miami. Second. All right. Yeah, I can have the draft on in the background. Showboats are 0-4. Birmingham 3-1. And Birmingham was coming off of a pretty solid show in the week prior against Houston. Meanwhile, Memphis is in a very weird spot. They're starting Dresser Wynn tonight. He's got his first ever professional level start. And Case Cookis is the starter over in Birmingham due to Corral still nursing an injury. We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, we're still waiting for kickoff here in between Memphis and Birmingham. Meanwhile, Dallas is making their pick. Okay, they go edge out of BC. Okay, that's a good pick for Dallas. Pair him with Micah Parsons, who they need to pay Micah Parsons soon. But yeah, we're waiting for kickoff here in this one. The NFL draft's on in the background. Let me check the score for the playoff games today. Hey, Orlando is trying to make that a series between them and Boston. It's 1-1 between Washington and Montreal right now as well. Okay. Yeah, we shall see. All right, so Memphis will be getting the ball first in this one as Birmingham is set to send it down. Live from Protective Stadium in Birmingham, Alabama. As they're going to be interviewing Dresser Wynn on the sideline as well before this game, as he's making his first ever start at a professional level. Jonathan Taylor announcing the pick. Hell yeah. Wait, they're showing the DC logo for Skip Holtz. Hold on. What? They just showed the DC Defenders logo for Skip Holtz. What are we doing here? All right, kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 5. And work his way past the 20 as Isaiah Henney up to about the 29 before being brought down. And Memphis will begin from there. As out comes Dresser Wynn, his first ever start at the professional level, and what's going to be a very interesting one for him today against a really good Birmingham front 7. So Wynn and shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, going to motion at tight end left to right. As Wynn gonna bobble the snap and hand this off left side for Deneric Prince, who's going to make one man miss and find a way to get back to the line of scrimmage before being brought down. No gain on the play, but not a great start. Not a great start at all. So Wynn and shotgun back to his right, two receiving options to each side. As Wynn gonna look to throw this time. First pass attempt in a start is an incomplete pass on the swing route right side to Deneric Prince. It's a 3rd and 10. All right, 3rd and 10. Okay, it's weird. It is weird that Dresser Wynn is finding himself starting today. But last week for Memphis, they did not play well on 3rd down, 1 for 10. Their first 3rd down of the day is going to be Wynn going to look to pass after play action. Play action, rolling to his left to buy some time. Looking downfield, throwing one deep left side, and underthrown, incomplete. Looking for Jonathan Adams. He had a step, but the ball couldn't get out there enough. That's a 3 and out. Forced by this Birmingham defense. Again, the Birmingham front seven, one of the better front sevens in the league. So for Dresser Wynn to be making his first ever start in a professional setting against this team, going to be a very tough battle. All right, punt going to come off clean. And this is going to bounce at the 37 and be returned beginning from the 30. And that's Amari Rogers up to the 38. And that's where Case Cookus is going to take the field in this Birmingham offense for the first time today. The 3rd different starting quarterback so far this season for Birmingham in what has been an all-around pretty solid season. But Cookus gets a chance at revenge over his former team. As Cookus in shotgun, back to his right, a tight end lined up in the backfield to his left. Cookus going to play action and look to throw. First pass of the day is a deep shot over the middle, and that is well overthrown by about 13 yards. And it'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up. Hey, I like the idea of taking a deep shot first play of the game, but you at least got to be somewhat on target if you're going to do it. As Cookus and shotgun back to his left, going to hand this one off right side. And that's Ricky Person going to try and find some room to run, but nothing. And that's a loss of yards on 2nd down. Might be a loss of about 2. Forward progress will keep him there. But yeah, that's a lot of nothing going on there for Birmingham so far in this one. Yeah, it's good defense. It's Steel Chambers. The one making the tackle there. And now 3rd and 11. Cookus and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well as Cookus will look to throw. Has time. Pat's left side. Has a man. It's incomplete though. Just off the mark. Looking for Jay Sternberger, but it was there. Ever so slightly overthrown, and it's a 3 and out for the Stallions. It's there. It is there. Punt comes off clean. Return beginning from about the 13-yard line. Memphis going to get up to about the 17 before being brought down. And now comes Dresser Wynn once again, I believe. But we're going to head to a commercial break first, as we wait for the second drive for Memphis today. And what has been A very rough showing for this entire season for Memphis. Rams are making their pick right now. And so Miami traded up and gave up their third round pick. So it seems like they're done for the day. But obviously, there's a chance they trade up into the third round again. But I kind of doubt it with Greer. I like the pick they decided to make, though, with trading up. Getting the interior offensive lineman makes it so Eichenberg's going to have competition. I do not want Eichenberg starting for this team this year. Oh, yeah. Rams go tight end. Terrence Ferguson of Oregon. And that's a pretty solid pick there for them. Because, their tight end last year was Gerald Everett. So, yeah, they definitely did need a better option at tight end. It's a solid pick. Yeah, Elijah Aurora is still available out of Miami. It's weird. Will Johnson is still not off the board. And he's like one of the higher end corners of this class. And Tyler Higbee is the one still in LA, okay. Alright, just coming back from commercial break. And yeah, Memphis has been changing head coaches like crazy over the past few years. So Wynn gonna play action, look to throw, pass over the middle is incomplete and nearly picked as Will Johnson's finally off the board. Goes to Arizona, and that's a great pick for them. Yeah, where Will Johnson slid like crazy, Arizona got themselves a great player. As Houston trades with the Raiders. Wynn gonna hand this off left side, and that's gonna be a solid carry there up past the 20 to about the 21. And that is Jalen Jackson on the carry. It is a third down once again. Now 3rd and 5 for Memphis. 10:37 to play in the first. Wynn in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the 22 as Wynn going to look to throw once again. Pass going deep. Right side has a man. And that is caught by D. Anderson. Breaks the tackle and nothing but green grass ahead. It's a touchdown for Memphis. The first completion for Dresser Wynn on the season is a touchdown pass. 78 yards. And they take the early lead. What a throw from Dresser Wynn. D. Anderson beats him at the line. And yeah, he had to break that tackle because the throw was slightly underthrown, but hey, it's there. That's a good decision there by Wynn. A great job by Anderson to break off that defender, and he was gone from there. And now Memphis gonna go for 2. As the win going to look to throw for the 2-point try. Pass right side. Incomplete, but flags fly. That's going to be DPI on Birmingham. And you have DPI on Birmingham. So Memphis is going to have another shot at 2 points here. All right, so now the 2-point try here for Memphis. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Jalen Jackson, and that second effort's gonna get him across. It's an 8-point Memphis lead. With 10:21 to play in the first, the very first completion of Dresser Wynn's professional career is a 78-yard touchdown to put Memphis on top. And that's a great way to get your first completion. Gotta be feeling good after that. As we go to commercial break with 10:21 to play in the first. All right. Again, we saw a commercial break here between Memphis and Birmingham. We're also at a commercial break for the NFL draft, so nothing going on here. Here we shall see. Let's select commercial break here. All these commercials going on right now, man. It's just perfect timing for sure. All right, here we go. Houston's now on. Houston back in commercial break for both the draft and here between Memphis and Birmingham. And it's a great start for Memphis on 3rd and 5. Get that deep shot to D. Anderson. He takes it to the house. It is Dresser Wynn's first touchdown pass since November 19th, 2022. Wow. It was also the longest play from scrimmage in the UFL this year. Hey, a hell of a first pass. Hell of a first completion. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 5. That's Amari Rogers trying to find some room. Going to get past the 20. Breaking tackles past the 30. Still going past the 40 to about the 40 and a half. Oh, Houston goes tackle? Makes sense. They gave... Houston needs to completely rework their fronts, their offensive line now. So it makes sense. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad pick by Houston. All right, Cook is in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. How does Birmingham answer? Going to hand this off up the middle for CJ Marable. Not going to bounce it right side and gain 3, maybe 4. So officially losing a gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 6. So Cook is in shotgun. Back to his right, 3 receivers to his left for the 2nd and 6. 9.5 to play in the first quarter. Cook is to throw. Still looking for his first completion, and there it is. A dump off to Marable left side. It's going to gain about 2 before being brought down, and was down by contact before that ball came free. So a 3rd and short coming up. It'd be about a 3rd and 4. So very different first completions of the game for the respective starting quarterbacks. Now Cook is alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, looking for midfield to keep the chains alive. As Cookus will look to throw. Gonna step to buy some time and going to pass left side, and that's a throwaway incomplete. So it's another 3 and out for the Stallions. And they gotta figure out what's due. You gotta figure out this offense sooner rather than later. Oh, since he goes linebacker, hey, they're building that defense. Demetrius Knight out of South Carolina. That's not a bad pick. They need to continue to improve that defense. All right, 8.5 to play in the first. We're waiting for Birmingham to send this one down. All right, so 4th and 3. Waiting for him to send this one down. All right, punt comes off clean. And this will be bouncing inside the 10 and into the end zone for a touchback. As we're heading into a commercial break once again. We're at commercial break for both this game between Memphis and Birmingham, and we're at commercial break for the NFL draft. Because these things love to be at commercial break at the same time. Damn it. So real quick, a little NFL talk, because Chris Greer, obviously, it feels like he should be on the hot seat right now, but he was talking yesterday about how Miami's going to be very active in this upcoming 3rd phase of free agency. And the more I keep looking at who is still available for in terms of free agents, it's like Miami can still field a pretty solid roster, but maybe not a Super Bowl contending roster, but definitely a roster that would get you excited for the upcoming season. Mike Hilton, Asante Samuel, Rasul Douglas, and Mike Hilton are all still available. Justin Simmons is still available from the safety position. Brandon Sheriff and Dalton Reisner are still available for guards. I wanted Dalton Reisner a few years ago when he was the first time a free agent. Like, there's still some solid pieces. The only issue is Miami is very tight on money. but we do have the Ramsey contract to eventually move off of. So there's a possibility there. We'll see. As we're just coming out of commercial break. So again, Memphis has the early 8-0 lead after a 78-yard touchdown throw from Dresser Wynn to D. Anderson. And we shall see. Morning. Yeah, again, this game, this is a third offensive drive for Memphis. It's really just been one massive play that's been the difference so far in this. As Wynn going to hand this off to Deneric Prince right side. That's going to go nowhere, no gain on this one. This has been a borderline night 2 of the draft type stream again, because again, we're waiting for things to pick up here between Memphis and Birmingham. So 2nd and 10, Wynn and shotgun back to his right. They're going to get Birmingham to jump off sides here. Push them up 5. Yeah, going to be called offsides on Birmingham here. Or a neutral zone infraction. Either way, a 2nd and 5 coming up for the Showboats. All right, Seattle's pick's about to be announced. Oh, shit, Sean Alexander announcing the pick. Hell yeah. All right, 2nd and 5 here for the Showboats. Wynn and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well after motioning the tight end over. Going to hand this off left side for Deneric Prince. Going to find the lane to pick up the first down and more. Past the 45 to the 47. Good run from Deneric Prince. That's the 3rd positive play of the game for Memphis. It has not been a very clean game for them. Seattle goes Elijah Aurora. Okay. That's a good pick for them. Wynn going to play action and look to throw. Pass left side is caught along the sideline by D. Anderson. You're about midfield. A gain of 3. And yeah, pretty much all the tight ends would have wanted Miami to get are now gone. Yeah. So Wynn and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right for 2nd and 7. And he's going to look to throw once again. Pass left side going to be caught and breaks 1 tackle for the first down and more. Past the 40 to about the 35. That's Isaiah Washington on the reception. And a good play there for this Memphis offense as they're again trying to get stuff going. So 1st and 10. This Memphis offense has been probably the most effective it has been all year so far. Wynn going to play action and look to throw once again. Pressure coming, pass left side is into triple coverage and should have been picked off, but luckily, somehow, that falls to the ground there. That's a dangerous throw. Now there's a penalty on this play. Okay. Now they're going to pick up the penalty, saying that it was hitting the shoulder instead. Yeah, that's a hit in the shoulder. Okay. Good job picking that up. What nearly going to call roughing the passer there. All right, Carolina goes edge rusher with their 2nd round pick. That's not bad. They do need to get more pass rush as a team. Wynn going to hand this off to Prince up the middle. He breaks a tackle and going to get to the 30. A gain of 5. 5 minutes to play in the first. So 3rd and 5, Win and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to the right. It's a 3rd and short 5. Win gonna roll to his right, looking for some space. Not gonna throw right side. And is that caught? It's gonna be tight. They're gonna say that Kwame Lassiter came down with that for now. This might be reviewed though, as that was close. A good job from Win to be able to just get out of the pocket and create space. Oh yeah, that's caught. Right there on that right shoulder. Good throw by Dresser Win. So Win going to hand this off to Deneric Prince right side. That's a loss of 2. So 2nd and 11 now for Memphis, as Tennessee's pick's about to be announced. Win and shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Now going to make some adjustments at the line. 10 seconds left in the play clock. As Win going to look to throw. Pressure coming, can avoid 1 sack. Now throwing left side. It's low and incomplete. Looking for Isaiah Washington. The Titans go edge rusher here with their the 52nd pick. That's their Harold Landry replacement. That's their Harold Landry replacement. It's not bad. I'm so curious on who Cam Ward's going to be throwing to in Tennessee. They don't really have the best of receiving rooms, but 3rd and 11. Win and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Need to get to the 6-yard line, as Win will look to throw. Has some time. Not going to avoid 1 sack and step up. Going to take it himself and only gain about 2 up to the 15 before being taken down. But hey, they're going to be able to get a field goal out of this drive and take a really impressive 2-possession lead early in this game. 2:25 to play in the first. And yeah, nothing's really open there. I mean, if he throws that short in early enough, maybe you get closer. But it's a smart decision just to take it yourself, get a few yards, and center this ball for Matt Coughlin. 32-yard kick, ball is centered, it is up, and it is good. It's an 11-0 lead for the Showboats, with 2 minutes to play in the first. What an impressive showing so far. But can they finish it? And can they play a complete game? We shall see. We head to a commercial break in this one. Yeah, we shall see. We're at commercial break here. We're at commercial break for the NFL Draft Night 2 as well. The pick is in for the Buccaneers. Just waiting for it to be announced. We shall see. But Shadur Sanders is still going to be weighted, man. Because there's a chance the Raiders don't even pick up. Quinn Ewers is still on the board. But no, Pete Carroll likes the more mobile of a quarterbacks. He's going to be a fan of Shadur. They do have Geno Smith there, though, but it'd be a chance for him to just sit and learn, which I feel like would be beneficial to Shadur Sanders. So we'll see. But him falling this far is... We're getting to the point where it's kind of crazy that he's falling like this. I mean, I did not expect him to be a top 15 pick, and he wasn't. But I was still expecting a team to trade back into the first round at like 32, 31 and pick him then, so I would have the 5th-year option. But he's fallen. As we're just coming back from commercial break, Case Cook is a veteran of spring football, making his first start this season for the Birmingham Stallions. He was a great player for the Philadelphia Stars in the USFL, was the Memphis quarterback last year, and he took a massive beatings last year. So now again, he gets to start today. Been playing pretty solid, all things considered. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 7. There's a good return there by Davion Davis, up past the 35 to the 38. And out comes Case Cookus once again. All right, 1st and 10. Cookus and shotgun back to his right. Three receiving options to the left. Gonna shift it back to his left as Cookus gonna hand this off up the middle. And as Ricky Person finding room and going to gain about 8.5, maybe 9. Some good running there. Tampa goes Benjamin Morrison. They go corner. Interesting. Okay. Not a bad pick there. So a 2nd and 1. Cookus and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Going to hand this off of the middle for Person. And that's a 1st down run. Going to get past midfield to the 48. First down pickup of the day for the Stallions. And the first time they have crossed midfield today. All right, Green Bay's pick is in. As Cookus in shotgun back to his left. 50 seconds left in the first, might be the final play of the quarter. Shifting the back to his right, as Cookus is going to give it to Person once again, left side, and going to get to about the 45-ish yard line. All right, they're going to need to run one more play, but some good ground and pound stuff so far out of the Stallions. So Cookus and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Final play of the first quarter as Cookus will look to throw. Pressure coming and fumbling and sacked back at midfield. Final play of the quarter is a strip sack. And it's one of the O-linemen falling on that one to save the possession. It's Barry Wesley, but oh man, Cookus gets laid out there. As we're 15 minutes in the books, the Showboats up by 11 with a long 3rd down coming up for the Stallions. We're at commercial break here if I didn't have the quarter. Green Bay about to make their second round pick. All right, they go tackle out of NC State, Anthony Belton. Because they drafted a tackle 2 years ago in the first round. So that's interesting. They drafted receiver in the first round this year, so it makes sense that they're going to target the trenches. That's not a bad pick for Green Bay. Yeah, the Showboats came to play today. It's kind of surprising. Well, I think it's part of it is the Showboats came to play, and on the other part of it is Case Cookus has been struggling in the start today for Birmingham. Because like the only real massive play that was given up was a 78-yard touchdown. Besides that, this has been like a pretty even game. But it was a 3rd and 5. They gave up a 78-yard touchdown on a pass that was slightly underthrown. That's an unfortunate one to give up. But typically, Birmingham would be able to respond in some capacity. They've just been struggling offensively in this one. We'll see. They're just coming back from commercial break. Oh yeah, the Showboats definitely need to. The Showboats definitely have needed something this season. Oh shit, Melvin Gordon's announcing the pick? Oh shit, okay. Receiver out of Ole Miss for LA, Trey Harris. Hey, they pair him with Ladd McConkey, and that's not bad. But yeah, so again, Birmingham's gonna need to get this pass game going. It's Cookus and Shotgun gonna look to throw once again. As time pass over the middle, it's caught for the first down. Down to the 35-yard line. I believe that was Davion Davis on the reception. They give Cookus good time in the pocket. He's going to be able to make a throw there. It was Deon Cain on the reception, actually. Yeah, good timing on that throw is simple. Like, you got to keep it simple at some points. So now 1st and 10 from the 35. Cookus and Shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. A handoff to Marable right side. Going to gain about 4.5, maybe 5. It's a great first quarter for the Showboats, but they're going to need to be able to finish this game strong. The pick is in for Chicago. We're roughly 2 picks away from where Shedeur could be selected. Cookus and Shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Cookus going to quick throw right side, but it's tipped at the line and incomplete. Instant pressure there as it was DJ Hall getting a hand on that ball. And a 3rd and 6-ish coming up. Yeah, this being a potential scoring drive is big for. It's big for Birmingham. Oh, the Lions traded up. They're now on the clock. Okay. Cookus and Shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. 3rd and 6 to get the snap off in time. As Cookus will look to throw. Pressure coming. Pass left side is off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Deon Cain. It's a 4th and 6. And out comes Harrison Memphis, the thicker kicker. and trying to put Birmingham on the board and make it a one possession game. There's so many different factors into why Shedeur has fallen. I think the biggest is there's a bunch of reports about the pre-draft interviews and all that. I don't think that really mattered too much. I think it's more so just like his ceiling isn't as high as people think it is. The 49-yard kick from Memphis is up and good. Drill that one. It's an 8-point Memphis lead. Like I think Shedeur can be a very solid starter in the NFL, but he's not a franchise-changing guy. And a lot of the teams that so far that would have picked quarterback are kind of either or kind of looking for a franchise type guy. The only team that probably should have realistically picked him so far has been Pittsburgh. But they're still in that limbo phase with Aaron Rodgers. And that's one of the bigger issues of this draft people aren't realizing is because Aaron Rodgers is taking his sweet ass time, it is holding the Steelers hostage in this. I feel like they definitely would have picked. I feel like the Steelers would have picked Shedeur Sanders if they knew definitively that Aaron Rodgers was retiring. But at the same time, like they still have an opportunity to pick him if they trade up, if later on. But like a lot of people put a lot higher expectations on Sanders than what was realistic for his skill set. And part of it is Dion and himself doing it himself with all this talk about top 5 pick. But at the end of the day, it's a baggage that isn't worth it for someone who's going to be a backup most likely. Because like there's so much attention on him that the teams don't want to take that on. Even though again he's a solid quarterback, he's gonna be fine if he goes to the right location. But like a team like the Steelers, like the Browns, like the Giants, all those blue bloods of the NFL, they have a very specific thing they're looking for, and Sanders just doesn't fit it to worth a first round pick. I just think if I don't want to say handled it with humility, not humility with I don't want to say I don't want to say it's his arrogance and his ego exactly that's made him fall. Because at the end of the day, like he's confident in himself, and that's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to be confident in yourself. But it gets to a level where a team like the Steelers and a team like the Giants don't want to deal with it all in those bigger markets. As a kickoff is going to be returned beginning from the 17, and it's Isaiah Henny up to the 29-ish. The Bears are making their pick right now, and Seth Rollins is taking the stage. Yeah, he's a good quarterback. He's going to be a very solid NFL quarterback, especially if he goes to the Steelers. But it's just a case of he has so much that goes alongside him outside of just his play that teams have to wait. That teams are going to weigh that in. Win in shotgun, back to his right, going to hand this off to Jalen Jackson, left side, and finds a lane for the first down and more to about the 41-yard line, a gain of 12. I find it hilarious that Seth Rollins is here announcing the Bears pick. Well, yes, he is a Bears fan, don't get me wrong, but Wynn gonna throw this left side of 1st and 10 is off the mark, incomplete, looking for Isaiah Washington. It's just when I think wrestlers and Chicago, I think Punk, man. But Seth isn't even a champion right now. Why the fuck is Seth here? Now Chicago's still building an offensive line. I love it, man. They've had a great offseason. Win in shotgun, gonna play action, look to throw in 2nd and 10. Pump faking and rolling to his right. Penalty marker down and going to throw it away outside. Throw it away right side, incomplete. Two penalties on this one, apparently. Alright, we're gonna have offset and penalties. Okay. Holding on Memphis. And a horse collar tackle on Birmingham. So they're gonna offset, replay 2nd down. The Bears have had a really solid draft and a really good offseason. It's all going to come down to execution with this team. They have the talent on that roster, man, to be a great team. Well, like the biggest question mark might be that for like a proper full receiving corps, but I mean Luther Burden's a great pick for them. All right, 2nd and 10. Win and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side as Wynn is going to play action and look to throw. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Tipped and nearly picked off. Going to be a 3rd and 10. Looking for Isaiah Henney there. Pass was a little high and nearly picked off. Yeah, just too high. The hit forces it loose. Oh yeah, if there's better reaction time, that's picked off. All right, 3rd and 10. Win in shotgun, they're not going to get the snap off in time, and they're going to call their first timeout in the process. All right, 10:24 to play in the half. Memphis calls their first timeout before 3rd and 10. I'm getting Memphis has been in firm control of this game. All right, 3rd and 10. Win in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side looking to throw. Birmingham sends pressure off the left side. Win pass over the middle is caught by Isaiah Washington, but only going to gain 4, and they're going to be sending this one down. All right. And now Birmingham has a shot to potentially tie this game. 10 minutes to play in the half. And there goes Tate Ratledge. Okay, that one hurts. I'm happy with who Miami picked at 37, but I really wanted Ratledge on this team. I knew he was gonna fall any more than yeah. That's a great pick for Detroit. Punt comes off clean for Memphis. And it's going to be out of bounds. Yeah, out of bounds inside the 20. That would be a touchback. Yeah, Tate Ratledge, man. I wanted him on Miami so bad. As we're at commercial break here with 10 minutes to play in the first half. over the past however many years it's been, the Lions have been building their team very similarly to how I've wanted Miami to build their team. Like, man, they're building their team so great. And here comes the Raiders pick. All right, this is, I mean, if the Raiders don't pick Shedeur here, he's falling out the second round. If he does not get picked here, he's going to be a third round quarterback at the very, very least. There's a commercial break here. Oh, they go Besh out of TCU. There's a third round quarterback. That's a pretty nice pick there for Chicago. Or for Vegas. I'm not sure how much of an immediate impact he'll bring. Because again, it is a TCU receiver at the end of the day. They haven't had the best track records, but he'll be a good slot guy. What was the chance? Some team is challenging something here. What's Birmingham challenging? Never mind. There's no challenge apparently. Might have just been a review. Yeah, Allen Robinson's a pretty solid comparison for Jack Besh. It's also not a guy you really want to take second round. I mean, no team left in the second round is really gonna go after Shedeur Sanders. So he's gonna fall to the third. Cook is gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be a gain of about 5.5 there. I believe that's Marable on the carry. Yep. Because like the next spot that he'll be the next spot where Shedeur might go would be Cleveland or Vegas with the third or fourth pick of the third round. Because Baltimore is on the clock, then it's Denver, Washington, Chicago, KC, and Philly. Like none of those teams are going Shedeur. Third round is crazy. I will 100% say that. Gonna hand this off of the middle on 2nd and 5. That's a gain of about 8 yards there. I forgot that the Raiders got Raheem Mostert. They're building a solid team out there. And there's a Stallion down after that one. Was that Latavius Simmons down from Birmingham? Yeah, Latavius Simmons down for Birmingham. 8:45 to play in the first half. We're going to head to a commercial break for injury timeout. Again, see, it's like, I mean, a team might try and trade up to get him, but like, I don't see it happening. Okay. We're just coming back from commercial break. Okay, we should be good. Just coming back from commercial break. I have no idea what was happening there. Just refresh. There we go. Third and 4. Cookus and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. As Cookus will look to throw. Pressure coming quick. Pass left side caught by Marable. But going to be forced out of bounds. It's a 3 and out for the Stallions. They can't get anything going offensively tonight. Yeah, I mean, Memphis is playing really well right now on all phases. Hunt comes off clean and going to bounce inside the 20. Guy, when they go out of bounds, they're gonna pin this one inside the 20 at about the 15. Great punt there for the Stallions. 7:55 to play in the half. And yeah, Duggan makes his first start tomorrow. So again, things are always constantly in motion with my scheduling. So I don't think I actually will be live for tomorrow's game. There's a chance I'm live Sunday for Houston San Antonio, but I'm not sure just yet. I know for certain that tomorrow won't be live, and that Sunday at noon I won't be live. So I'm gonna try and fit in the Houston San Antonio game. But if not, this is the final weekend where I'm in this setup in the first place. So we can get a much better and consistent connections starting next week. As Wynn gonna look to throw in 1st and 10, pass right side, and what a catch by Jonathan Adams! And someone came down with this. Either a great catch by Adams or a great pick by Memphis. What's gonna be the ruling? What a grab by Jonathan Adams. Did he get the feed in? That's the question. Yeah, it's definitely a catch by Adams if he got defeated, but I'm not sure if he did. They're going to review this. It's an official review. Yeah, that's a great thing about the UFL is it gives these guys a shot here. And it's a case of like with Dresser Wynn, like he threw his first touchdown today for the first time since 2022. So like it's a great job to get these guys opportunities. That's 1 foot in. Did he drag that right foot? That's the question. Was that right foot dragged? All right, rule on the field's gonna stand. What a catch from Jonathan Adams. 7.5 to play in the first half. What a catch there. I mean, like Duggan's gonna be starting tomorrow for St. Louis. He'll be his first professional start since his first start at professional level as well. Wynn and shotgun back to his right, gonna bobble the snap and play action looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass left side though, and incomplete, looking for Isaiah Washington. Too far outside. The fact that the Ravens got Mike Green out of Marshall is crazy. He fell right in their lap. That's a fantastic pick for the Ravens. All right, so a 2nd and 10 coming up for Memphis. Wynn and shotgun going to hand this off to Deneric Prince left side. And that's a gain of 3. I'm going to say a gain of 4. Up to the 41. There's a much more manageable third down with 6:20 to play in the half. Oh yeah, Latavius Simmons is gonna be carted off the sideline now. Unfortunate. Pick is in for the Broncos. Win and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. 3rd and 6 looking to throw. Gonna step up and has some room. Gonna keep it himself and lowering the shoulder. And the spot's gonna be just short, I think. I think it's inches, but you go for it here. It is definitely close. Oh, that's close. Actually, I might have gotten it. You actually might have gotten that. That's a great carry there for Wynn to pick up that first and lower in that shoulder. Yeah, he got it barely by the tip of the football. As Wynn in shotgun looking to throw here. Gonna pass right side and should have been picked off, but luckily through the hands of Stephen Gilmore. That would have been 6. That should have been 6 there for going the other way. That should have been picked. Through the hands. Hell yeah, Denver. RJ Harvey to the Broncos. Love that pick. Love that pick for Denver. Go have yourself a career, RJ Harvey. Fuck yeah. One of a very few bright spots for UCF last year. You need to get this snap off and they're not going to. That's delay of game. Yeah, why did it take so long to call that? No shot they're giving them timeout. Yeah, no, that's delay of game. The delay of game there for Memphis. 4:38 to play in the half. Yeah, RJ Harvey, that's a great pick there for the Broncos. Going to be the running back 1 going forward. I absolutely love that pick for them. He's a great runner, a do-it-all type of back, can catch well out the backfield, can run with power, can run with speed and elusiveness. And he even played quarterback in high school. They can run some trick plays there, a little bit of a Mohamed Sanu type of guy at running back. It was a great pick for Denver. Win to throw in 2nd and 15. I'm going to keep it himself left side and going to get those 5 yards right back from the delay of game. So a 3rd and 10 coming up. 4 minutes to play in the half. As the Commanders are about to make their selection. Third and 10 for the Showboats. 3:45 to play in the half. Win and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Win gonna look to throw. Birmingham sends 3. Pass right side is caught, but only getting about 7. Not enough for the first down. 3.5 to play in the half. They have a choice to make. The Commanders go Trey Amos out of Ole Miss to get a corner. Not a bad pick for them. And now Chicago is on the clock once again. But 4th and 2 here for Memphis. We'll need a gain of 8. And they're going to send out the punting unit. They're sending this one down to Birmingham. Low snap, punt barely comes off clean. And this is going to bounce inside the 10 and be down near the 7. A beautiful punt and a beautiful punt coverage from the Gunners. Gonna force Birmingham to start from deep in their own territory. Yo, the Magic are up by 8. Please win. Yo, Montreal's up by 1. Hell yeah. All right, Bears pick is in. Chiefs are on the clock. As we're nearing the end of the 2nd round of night 2. Okay, RJ Harvey to Denver in the second round. That's a beautiful pick. Tail end of the second round to get RJ Harvey. I love that pick for Denver. Love it. Is there some bias there? Maybe, but I love that. As we're at commercial break here, with just under 3 minutes to play in the first half, Birmingham gets ball to begin the second half, so they still are very much in this game. If they can get points on this drive, a chance to double up there. But we shall see. We're select commercial break for this and the NFL draft. The Chicago's pick is in, waiting for that selection. All right, just coming back from the commercial break. Birmingham has the ball backed up inside their own 10 with 2:47 to play in the half. Looking for some points here. Ball in their own 7 as Cookus is in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Cookus gonna hand this off to Ricky Person right side, gonna fall forward for about 5 on the play. Gives yourself some breathing room though, so it's a good play nonetheless. Second and 5. So second and 5. Cookus and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Gonna play action, look to throw. Pressure off that right side. Gonna be picked up as he throws. The pressure off the right side gonna be picked up as he throws left for the first down. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning after the gain of about 10 plus. And 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Stallions get the ball to begin the second half, and they're down by 8, looking to get points and double up potentially. All right, waiting for this next Chicago pick to be announced. Having 3 second round picks though was great for Chicago. I am shocked that he was the 3rd quarterback off the board. But at the same time, it's like the Saints are in a very weird spot as a team. Because, like, yes, they needed a quarterback, but there's still the uncertainty surrounding Derek Carr. So, like, they're picking a guy that maybe needs to start this season, but most likely is going to be on the bench for about 2-3 years. Oh, Chicago picked Shamar Turner. Okay. But like, I was fully expecting what Shuck, however you pronounce his last name. I fully expected him to go late 3rd, early 4th. But at the same time, I am not a scout or a GM, so who the fuck knows? We'll see, man. New Orleans, ever since New Orleans really had that window, not window. They had that period with Drew Brees, and then both before and after that, they haven't really been much of a team. So they need to find their guy, and would they have a new head coach? They have Kellen Moore, so we'll see. But I'm not expecting much out of him. So Cook gets a shotgun back to his left, two receivers to each side. Play action looking to throw in 1st and 10. Gonna step up and taking himself up the middle. Has room to run. First down and a whole lot more. Case Cookis past midfield to the 45. There he is using his mobility. Cookis maybe isn't really known for his legs, but hey, he can use them if needed. And they left the middle of the field completely wide open, and Cookis took it the distance, man. What a run. Oh, Chiefs go D tackle. Okay. Cookis to throw in 1st and 10 from the +48. Going deep left side, trying a keyhole shot at the Dion Kane. But that was nearly picked off. A dangerous throw once again there from Cookis. He has not been throwing the ball well today. And how's the penalty on that on the play? So we'll see what this is. Oh, gonna push him back, holding on Birmingham. And to add on to like quarterbacks going earlier than expected, I'm willing to bet Quinn Ewers is the next QB off the board to either Cleveland or Vegas in this upcoming in the 3rd round. I think Shedeur is better than Ewers, but I just think Ewers kind of fits what Cleveland has going a little bit better. And then the Raiders are just a very weird team. I think they're happy with Geno Smith and don't really want to pick too high for a quarterback. Cook is to throw in 1st and 20. Pass left side is caught at midfield. And now they're ruling it incomplete. It'll be a 2nd and 20. All right, pick is in for Phillies. We're about to end the 2nd round. And with Phillies pick being in, Shedeur falls out of the 2nd round. Crazy, man. Could you imagine the reactions if Shedeur falls out of day 2? Cook is gonna play action, look to throw in pressure coming. He gets laid out. Cookis is sacked for a loss of 6. BJ Hall. First sack of the season, and Case Cookis, man, he cannot avoid just getting drilled. Oh yeah, that was not untouched, but that's borderline untouched. That's a terrible sack to take, but he could not avoid it for the life of him. That was instant pressure. 3rd and 28. Cookis alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, gonna look to throw. Pressure coming, gonna step to his right to buy some time. Now gonna take it himself up the middle. Has room to run. Makes one man miss. Gonna get past the 45 to the 44. Hey, Case Cookis, man, he's able to use his legs today. As clock is running out, they're gonna need to call a timeout. I mean, they're gonna need to call a timeout. They might go for the long field goal try, or they might go for a Hail Mary. This would be 44-yard line. You push them. Will it be a 61-yard kick? And Birmingham calls the first timeout, and there was miscommunication there between Holtz and the special teams coordinator. Yeah, because I think they probably wanted to run another play, try to pick up the 1st down before. Yeah, his 61-yarder. He hit that in college against K-State, but that was 2 years ago. This is also going to be about 61, 62 yards. I fully think Skip Holtz wanted to run one more play to pick up the 1st down and then send out the kicker. But like he was hearing from his special teams coordinator that he can make this, and then like it's a 63-yard kick. Shadur goes to the UFL. That would be crazy. There's no shot. This would be a new career long for Harrison Memphis from the left hash, 63 yards out to make it a 5-point game. Kick is up. And it is no good. Going to be returned from 10 yards deep in the end zone. Isaiah Henney has some room down the right side past the 30. Good room to run. Here's Isaiah Henney. Good blocking. The 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. It's a kick 6 for Memphis. No, right before the half, Memphis pulls out their best Auburn impression. And it's a kick 6. Holy! A 109-yard return for Isaiah Henney. We have ourselves a kick 6 in Birmingham. Why is it always in Alabama where it happens? No way. That's a disaster end of the half. Philly selects a safety here with the final pick in the second round. We have entered the third round of the NFL draft, and Shadur Sanders is still on the board. I mean, Birmingham has to challenge this for a hold-in or something. That would have been good from 61. So I think that's the range there for Memphis is 61 yards. Where would the penalty be? There was nothing on those replays that really stood out, but wow. That's a massive swing in this game. Yeah, he's not going to challenge this. Skip Holtz is pissed right now at his special teams guy. He is pissed. Because right before that kick, I fully believe that Holtz wanted to run another play. It would have been 4th and 6. But I fully believe he would have wanted to run another play to try and get the first down and get into field goal range. But the special teams coordinator tells him way too late that this isn't range for Memphis. Like, oh man. Alright, Wynn and shotgun, a back to each side for the 2-point try from the 5. As Wynn gonna pump fake and now dump it off to Lassiter, who then throws it. It's tipped and picked off. And going to not get a return there. It remains a 4th. Oh, no. Trying to find some move. Don't go in the end zone. There's now a penalty. What is happening? Down at the 1 here. So no safety. Like, you're good there. What's the penalty? Trey Norwood gets that interception. What is happening in the end of this half? What is happening in the end of this half? Refs are discussing this. There's going to be a penalty that's going to carry over to the kickoff in the second half, it seems. Is a face mask on Memphis. Try no good. The face mask will be enforced after the kickoff to begin the second half. As we have entered halftime. What a sequence. A wild end to the first half. Birmingham gets ball to begin the second half, down by 14, but a massive title swing just happened. A kick six puts Memphis up by 14. Isaiah Henney. Holy. Yes, maybe. Cookis has not been playing well today, and this Birmingham offense as a whole has not been playing well. 108-yard kick six is the official rulage on that. So yeah, 61 might be the limit for Harrison Memphis if that missed by 2. All right. I was not expecting this. Like, Dresser Williams playing a lot better than I expected. This Memphis defense is really stepping up and playing better than I expected today. But also, like, Case Cookis, man, he's just not playing well. He's missing his throws. Giants selected Darius Alexander. That's someone I wanted Miami to get as well. Darius Alexander is a great pick for the Giants. Like, the only reason I was upset about the Kenneth Grant pick, because again, I do fully admit, like, it was a solid pick. Miami needed a defensive tackle. Only reason I was upset about that pick is because I am high on Darius Alexander. I think he's going to be a great player in the NFL. I like what he showed last year at Toledo. That's a great pick for them. I mean, the best they've looked this year has been with Corral behind center. Which it's hard to really say definitively that because Alex Magoo had one game. This is the first game for Cookis. But Matt Corral has been the best they've looked. So I think you need to go with Corral long term once he is healthy enough, and you have to hope you're in a good enough spot. Which they will be. Like, Birmingham is gonna make the playoffs. I don't think Memphis or Houston are good enough teams to potentially knock them out. But yeah, Corral needs to be the guy going forward. Oh, Chiefs go DN out of Louisville. Ashton Gelati, okay. Not bad. Yeah, he has the way of just coming up big when they need him to. And also, like, weirdly enough, he's a blend of Magoo and Corral. He has really solid mobility, where Magoo is a primary mobile quarterback. Corral has solid mobility that can make plays when needed. His Cookis is more so of a pocket passer. Corral has an arm that allows him to sit in the pocket and throw the ball well. He's a great quarterback. There's a reason he was a third round pick in the NFL draft a few years ago. Like, there's a reason he was selected. It's just he needed a chance to prove himself. Didn't really get that in Carolina or New England. He has it here, been playing well. I wouldn't be shocked if he finds himself on a training camp roster in the fall. But he needs to be healthy again. He needs to get healthy, and he needs to finish out the season strong. I don't think Birmingham's gonna find a lot of success going with Alex Magoo anymore. And like Magoo is back. He got injured week 1, so he'll be back week 7 at the earliest, right? Yes, he missed 5 weeks, so he'll be back 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, week 7. So we'll see, but Birmingham's gonna have some choices to make. As Cleveland's pick is in. This is another spot. So we have 3. This is gonna be the third pick. Third pick in the 3rd round. This is another spot Shedeur could go. We'll see. It was just coming back from the first commercial break for halftime. We'll get some halftime coverage here. I need to hear that Birmingham locker room. Yeah, he's definitely the best quarterback. I mean, they are bringing in Jamar Smith he was with them a few years ago. He was another solid quarterback that they had. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets the start by the time Corral and McGee are healthy. But like, Birmingham is in a. This is the most vulnerable that Birmingham has been in a while. Like, they have a legit shot of not repeating again. But like, it's gonna come down to what team is out of the XFL conference, maybe, because again, Michigan has yet to beat them in a long time. This would be Memphis's first time beating them in a few. Yeah, it'd be Memphis's first time beating Birmingham, and Houston is just there. We'll see. We're still at halftime in this one. Because who knows? Like, again, Birmingham is a team where in order to beat Birmingham, you need to play a complete 60. You can't let up on the gas at all. And Birmingham has ball to begin the second half, so they have a chance to cut this lead in half and get right back into this one. We'll see. All right, back to another commercial break here for halftime. All right, Cleveland, what you got? The pick is in for Cleveland. They're about to be announced. Vegas pick is in. New England's pick is in. Yeah, it's only 14 points. Still in this. Oh shit. Okay, here Cleveland goes tight end. A tight end out of Bowling Green. Harold Fannin. Shedeur still not picked. How much is he gonna fall? Because so Vegas pick is in. After Vegas, who's gonna go quarterback hit then? We'll see. I mean, we'll see what Vegas does here. But yeah, pick is in for Vegas. Pick is in for New England. Oh, Detroit has traded up. The Lions are on the clock at 70 now. Okay. I love how aggressive Detroit is. They build their team so beautifully. And the thing that Dan Campbell could have easily been the Dolphins head coach instead of Adam Gase pisses me off. All right, Vegas. Yeah, running the highlights for the first half right now in between Memphis and Birmingham. All right, Vegas, what you got here? Pittsburgh is sitting there. They go DB, Darian Porter out of Iowa State. Oh, Shedeur gonna be. Oh man, Shedeur keeps falling. He keeps sliding. I just think the Raiders are comfortable with. They're comfortable with Geno Smith. him and Pete Carroll have a good connection there. So I think they're so fine riding Geno Smith. I think the idea that Vegas needed a quarterback is being very clearly getting very overblown. It's getting insane right now that how much he's fallen. But like Cleveland is the weird team. I understand a little bit why Vegas doesn't want to go quarterback yet, and why they might wait because I mean they still have they still have Aiden O'Connell on the roster as well. Geno Smith is Pete Carroll's guy, so like he's gonna be the starter for what next year, maybe 2. So I mean, the next team that's realistically that realistically can get him is Pittsburgh, and they're not for a while, so we're gonna have to wait. But it's definitely getting a little crazy that he's still falling. Why the? We're waiting for the start of the second half. Is Idris Elba announcing the pick? Why am I seeing John Cena on my screen for the NFL draft? Fuck that dude. Okay, no, neither of them. It was just John Cena and Idris Elba. And okay, cool. What you got in New England? They go to Wazoo receiver. That's a good pick for them. They need receiving help. That's a very solid pick for them. As we're just coming back from halftime, the second half kickoff will be on the way momentarily. The third quarter has begun. That's a really solid pick. Kyle Williams, he's a solid receiving option for them. Patriots are going heavy. Yeah, Patriots are going heavy offense in the draft this year. That's kind of crazy. I get it, but that's crazy. All right, kickoff underway. Going to be returned up to about the 27 by Amari Rogers. Out comes Case Cookus. Yeah, the WWE has been everywhere, and I'm a casual wrestling fan. I have a few friends who are really more hardcore and all that. Like it's fun. Like I watched WrestleMania last week. It was fun. It was fun to watch it with them and all that. And same with Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble and all that. So it's fun. And it can be entertaining at times. But yes, like I did not want to see John Cena during the NFL draft. We already had Seth Rollins announce a pick. There's no need for Cena to do anything with this. All right, Cookus in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. As pressure coming instantly, Cookus is going to throw it in the dirt, incomplete. Detroit goes receiver. Okay, they go receiver and get Isaac Haselaw out of Arkansas. That's an okay. 2nd and 10 for Birmingham. Not a good start to this. Yeah, they don't need to be everywhere, for sure. I mean, certain guys I'm fine with seeing often because they're good personalities and all that. But seeing that really, Cook is gonna hand this off left side for Ricky Person, going to get the edge and gonna pick up the first down and lay in wood, lowering the shoulder and picking up the first and more. What a hit! What a truck there by Ricky Person. That's a play that can get that out. That can get this team fired up. Gain of about 13 on that one. Yeah, Cookus is 4 for 11 right now. So Cookus and shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Ball now on the plus 45 as Cookus will look to throw. Pressure coming, gonna try and dump it off right side, but gonna fall incomplete. Pressure was there, hit while throwing that one, and his short armed it because of it. 2nd and 10 coming up. Not good. Yeah, I mean, the offensive line isn't playing as well as it would normally. As well, yeah, the offensive line isn't playing as well as it does normally. Cookus is not playing well. It's an all around just really bad showing. Cookus alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. As he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now going to keep it himself up the middle and going to slide for about 4. So 3rd and 6. Cookus in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball on the 41. Cookus will look to throw. Has time. Pass right side. Caught for the first down. A gain of 8. That's Dion Kane on the reception, keeping the drive alive. As the Stallions have also entered field goal range, but at this point it is seeming like an afterthought. Wait, the Saints have 5 QBs on the roster now? Cookus in shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Gonna hand this off to CJ Marable left side, and that is a gain of a yard. So 2nd and 9, and you need a touchdown on this drive. You need to get back in this game somehow. Cookus alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 11.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cookus to throw. Pass right side is nearly picked off. Oh, he had 6 on the mind. That would have been a devastating play. Should have been picked off. Instead, it's through the hands of Eric Garrour. He jumped that route perfectly. Ball was behind Sternenberger, but that should have been 6. So Cookus to throw on 3rd and 9. Has time. Launching one deep over the middle. Has the man. Touchdown Birmingham. Jordan Thomas over the middle. That's how you respond and get back in this game. That's the wrong team to get points to. There we go. Jordan Thomas, man, he's been a bright spot for this team this season. What a catch in the back of the end zone. And a beautiful throw from Case Cookus. He split the safeties. He split the safeties and just threw a 50-50 ball to a massive target. That's the play that Birmingham needed. And now the 2-point try from the 5. Cook is in shotgun. Sternberger in the backfield to his right. In the motion, the receiver from the left to right. That's Davion Davis. It is now 3 receivers on the right side as Cookis looks to throw. Has time. Going to step up and take it himself and going to be marked just short of the marker. He does not convert. It remains an 8-point Memphis lead. As the Saints drafted D tackle Vernon Broughton out of Texas. But that's a massive touchdown there from Birmingham. Yeah, Carroll. I don't know exactly what Corral has been. I don't know exactly what the difference has been between Corral behind center and like a Cookis or Alex Magoo. But there is something there that makes the offense flow a little better. Again, that was a great throw from Cookis nonetheless. And yeah, Memphis needs to look out. Again, you can't be given Birmingham life. They're gonna need to respond. If you give them too much life, they're gonna take advantage of it. Arlington saw that mistake earlier this season with giving up that 4th and 12 at the end of the game. Hell yeah, Lee Evans is announcing a Buffalo pick. I did a Madden 08 I did an NCAA 08 superstar mode that led into superstar mode in Madden 08. They got drafted by Buffalo in that. Lee Evans was a stud in that Madden 08. Oh, they go edge rusher. Landon Jackson out of Arkansas. Okay, Buffalo. Oh, a comp to Ezekiel Ansah is a great comp. All right, but yeah, Buffalo's been honing that defense. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good pick for Buffalo. Their defense, yeah, it's scary now. Ed Oliver, TJ Sanders, Joey Bosa, Landon Jackson, Maxwell Hairston on top of Tre'Davious Wade, on top of DeMar Hamlin, on top of Tyler Rapp, on top of AJ Epinesa, Greg Rousseau. Matt Milano is still there leading that defense. Like, Buffalo is... God, I hate Buffalo. Yeah, it's exactly what the Bills needed, and I hate it. Like, I hate that they're making good picks and that they're building this team well again. Because, like, they were in the AFC Championship game last year. And it's looking like it only looks like they're getting better on defense, which is what they needed to do. There was some question marks about that receiving core, but, I mean, they were sitting fine nonetheless. As we're just coming back from commercial break, 10:49 to play in the third quarter. All right, what are the Jets going to do here? Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 7. And going to get up to about the 26 as I say heading into return. Jets go corner. They get their DJ Reed replacement. Okay. They get their DJ Reed replacement. Going to pair Sauce Gardner up with Azare Thomas at FSU. Okay. Just a win taking the field. We get to see what this Memphis offense how this Memphis offense is gonna respond here. Win in shotgun back to his left and to his right. Ball on their own 26. Win going to look to throw here in 1st and 10. Pressure coming, gonna roll to his right. Pass over the middle is caught, and that's a 1st down and more. Pushing the pile down to the 40-yard line, a gain of 16. A gain of 14, but there is a penalty marker down. This will probably be brought back as Yep is holding on Memphis. The Jets draft is less like really good and more just frustrating to me, purely because of Mason Taylor. I hate that Mason, like he could have gone anywhere. Why did he go to the Jets? I'm pissed at me. Like, I would have been happier if Mason Taylor went to Buffalo. Wind and shotgun, a back to each side once again. Can motion one of them out wide to the right as they dump it off right side to Kwame Lassiter, and that's going to be a loss of about 3. 2, maybe 3. This Birmingham defense is stepping up, and there's some pushing and shoving going on post play. There's a penalty marker down. This is going to be a post play penalty of some kind. That's a good answer from Cookus. Saying that they were playing too scared in the first half. You can tell. Two fouls. Going to be a personal foul on Memphis. And it's supposed to be like conduct on Birmingham. So they're going to offset. So it's going to be 2nd and 22, 23. Okay. Oh no. Someone pranked called Shadur, telling him that pretending to be. That sucks. Win and shotgun, 2nd and 23. Going to hand this off left side to Deneric Prince, and then going to break a tackle and find some room. Going to get the yardage back from the Holden. And going to be going to get the yardage back from the loss of yards in the previous play, and close enough to get the yardage back from the Holden. The gain of 12 would be a 3rd and 11. Deneric Prince running well. Can't believe someone pranked called Shadur Sanders. That's crazy. God, look at him falling this far is insane. 3rd and 12. 9:25 to play in the third. A big time 3rd down for Birmingham here. Third and 12. What you got? So Wade and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well, looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be incomplete. Should have been picked off. Nearly intercepted, but they get the 3 and out nonetheless. And Birmingham has some life into them. Birmingham gets the much needed 3 and out as the punt is underway, comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 39. That's Amari Rogers back to return. Has room down the right side. Has the 45 to the plus 42. Great return and momentum is shifted. Momentum is shifting in the Stallions' favor as we head to a commercial break, while the Broncos are about to announce their 3rd round pick. Oh, they go receiver. Pat Bryant out of Illinois. All right. Yeah, I mean, Denver does need more receiving options, so I get it. Oh, Milwaukee up by 11 against Indiana right now. Did the Magic just win by 2? Please tell me the Magic just stole a game. The Magic just stole a game. Hell yeah. No, yeah, just again, I mean, we'll see what we'll see what their defense does here, but yeah, you need to be able to play a full 60. You need to play a full 60 against Birmingham, and so far they quite just haven't. The Magic steal a game. Montreal steals a game against Washington. Little chaos going on in the playoffs right now for both the NBA and NHL. All right, the Niners about to make their selection in the third round. All right, they go linebacker Oklahoma State, Nick Martin. All right, solid depth guy there for San Fran, but probably not gonna be too much. But yeah, he's gonna be a solid depth guy for them. I mean, Fred Warner's the leading linebacker there in that room. They did lose Dre Greenlaw, so that's a potential replacement option. As we're just coming back from commercial break, Cook gets in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. 1st and 10 from the plus 42. Hand off to Marable left side. Gonna break some tackles and gonna get past the 40 to about the 39 and a half yard line ish. 8:20 to play in the third quarter. Yeah, I was just talking about that. Yeah, the Magic stealing the game there is nice. It doesn't really do a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. I still think that's going to be a Celtic series to lose. It just means that I get half off Papa John's now, which I will gladly take at some point. Cook gets a throw in 2nd and 7. Quick pass over the middle is incomplete. Looking for Deion Kane, and there's a penalty marker down. They're going to call DPI there. It came a little bit too early. That's Mark Gilbert going to be called for DPI. He came in early. He came in early there. Yep, DPI called. Yeah, it's simple. He just came in early and he hit him early. Yeah, hit him a little bit early. Held him a little bit. That's clear DPI. So 1st and 10, 7.5 to play in the third. Ball on the 29-yard line now. Cook gets in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well as he's going to look to throw. Cook gets with time. Going to look downfield. Not going to be tripped up and sack at the 35. A loss of 6 as the Cowboys select Siobhan Reevil out of East Carolina. Another corner option for them. It's not bad. We're getting to the point of the draft where it's a lot more of like really solid depth pieces being taken off the board. And some guys that will probably start a handful of games and could be like quote unquote steals in the future. All right, 2nd and 16. Cook is in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. As Cookus will look to throw. Quick pass, left side, that's caught by Deion Kane. Can he get those yards right back? And 2 more, gain of 8. As Carolina's pick is in. So 3rd and 7. Cookus in shotgun. Alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. As Cookus will look to throw. Has time. Pass. End zone. Left side. Overthrown and intercepted. It's picked off in the end zone. Memphis' defense makes a play. It's Eli Walker picking that ball off. Looking for the slot fade, but just threw it too far of Deion Kane. Carolina goes an edge rush out of Ole Miss. Pittsburgh is still like 6 picks away. It's a corner route, not a slot fade. But Deion Kane is wide open. Deion Kane is wide open on that corner. He threw it too far down the field. Get that ball towards the sideline more and flatten it out towards the sideline. It's there. It's wide open. But we head to a commercial break after the interception. That's a big time play for this Memphis defense. Pick is it for Arizona. Yeah, the boats are still afloat for a little while longer. I'm curious to see where they spot this. They might spot this at like the half-yard line. I'm not sure if he got out of bounds while in the end zone or he barely comes out of the end zone there. We'll see. The spot on this ball is going to be crucial though for how really afloat the Showboats are for right now. Yeah, depending on the spot of this, could change things. We'll select commercial break here. All right, just coming back from commercial break. About 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Still plenty of time in this one. And yeah, I don't know. And the Showboats are playing out of their mind today. It's been impressive. And yeah, they're talking about when he goes out of bounds here. He goes. Yeah, that ball's out of. Yeah. So they hurried up. They did not show that snap at all. At first, it was first and 10 from their own 1-yard line. There's a penalty marker down. Birmingham has ball in the end zone. I was unable to see what that play was. They're going to call a false start on Memphis. Whatever that play took place that they didn't show doesn't matter. And yeah, there's a false start, a snap infraction. And there's a bobbled snap. Hey, if it wasn't for that false start, it would have been a bobbled snap and a touchdown for Birmingham. So it saves them a little bit. An unfortunate play for Memphis. But yeah, because of where Eli Walker went out, it's first and 10 from the half-yard line. Win and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Backed up deep in their own territory. Win going to hand this off up the middle and going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. I believe that's an Eric Prince on the carry. No, it was Jalen Jackson on the carry there. So it's no gain. 2nd and 10, still deep in their own end zone here. You need 5 yards minimum on this drive. Just so that way you give your punter room. You could not be punted from here. Win and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. As Win going to play action, look to throw. Has time. Pass right side back. Shoulder is caught by Kwame Lassiter. Past the 25 to the 27. There is the breathing room they so desperately needed. As Arizona goes Jordan Birch out of Oregon for their for the third round pick. What a catch by Kwame Lassiter though, along the sideline to give them the breathing room they so desperately needed. 5 minutes to play now in the third. That's a big time offensive play. Even if this drive goes nowhere, it just gives them more room to work. Wynn gonna hand this off to Jalen Jackson right side. That's a loss of 3. Back to the 25-yard line. So not a great play there. Yeah, that's a correct read though. This is a good play by Birmingham. All right, pick is in for Houston. Wynn and shotgun back to his right, looking to throw in 2nd and 13. Gonna step to his right to buy some time. Pass over the middle. It's caught by Isaiah Washington. Down to the 33-yard line. A more manageable third down coming up. 3rd and about 6. Oh, you go another receiver. Houston goes Jalen Noel out of Iowa State. They go back-to-back Iowa State receivers. Hey, that's not bad. Gives you a good option for the slot. Win and shotgun, 3rd and 4, looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass, right side, has a man, but overthrown. He had D. Anderson. If ball was on target, that's a potential touchdown. Instead, Birmingham makes a much-needed stand on 3rd down. And they're going to have a shot down by 8 once again. All right, punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from inside the 20 at the 17 for Amari Rogers. He gets to about the 24. All right, Arizona's pick is in as we head to a commercial break here. With about 3-ish minutes to play in the third quarter. Hey, Jonathan Taylor, you should have been a Dolphin, but Chris Grier's a dumbass. Oh, they go defense. They go D-back. Okay. Justin Wally out of Minnesota. Not bad. Building that defense is big for Indianapolis. They kind of have a good feel what their offense is going to look like next year. I mean, there is still that question mark of Anthony Richardson's health, which means like we could see them go quarterback tomorrow. But hey, it's not bad so far from them. It's been a pretty solid draft. All right, Cincy is on the clock now. No, select commercial break. All right, Cincy's pick is in. We'll see what their selection is. We'll select commercial break here between Memphis and Birmingham. We're getting closer and closer to Pittsburgh being on the clock again. As we're just coming back from commercial break. Oh, they get Dylan Fairchild. Hey, that's a solid guard out of Georgia. That's not a bad pick. They need to improve the offensive line a bit. I don't hate it. I kind of feel like he's a more so like early 4th round type of player though. All right, Cook is in shotgun. Back to his right, going to hand this off up the middle for 1st and 10, and going to get about 3 up to the 26. Now 2nd and 7. Just under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Cook is in shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the left. No, 2 receivers to each side. 2nd and 7 from the 26. Cook is going to play action, look to throw. Quick pass left side. That's caught at about the 29. Maybe the 30. But slow to get up there as he gets sandwiched. That is Austin Watkins. He got bent awkwardly. He got kind of folded. Gain of 4, but he's slow to get up now. Yeah, he went down kind of awkwardly. Kick is in for Tennessee. Was where commercial break for the draft. So 3rd and 3, 2.5 to play in the 3rd. Watkins is on the sideline. He got up. He's looking good. They just kind of went down slightly awkward. I think it'll be fun. So Cook is in shotgun. Back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well as they hand this off to Ricky. Now keeping himself up the middle. Cookis gets the 1st down and Morris sliding down near the 39. Some good running there for Case Cookis. Cookis in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Ball on the 38, 1st and 10, a minute 43 to play in the quarter. Hand this off up the middle for Ricky Person. That's a gain of roughly 5. So 2nd down coming up. We're still waiting for this next Tennessee pick. So 2nd and 6. Cookis alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. As Cookis will look to throw. Has time. Pass right side is incomplete. Trying to squeeze one in there to Marlon Williams. It's a 3rd and 6 instead. All right, a big 3rd down here once again. Brandon Hagel has been suspended for tomorrow's game. Good. 3rd and 6. I get the snap off. Cookis looking to throw. 3rd and 6. Has time. Pass over the middle. Coppa Davion Davis breaks off 1 tackle. Pass midfield and still going to about the 41. If I'm Memphis, I'm challenging this. They could get delay of game. It was close. But that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter nonetheless. Good throw from Cookis. Good throw from Cookis. Good job with Davion Davis to just make people miss and find room to run. And yep, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Oh, Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State. Another guy I talked about during the pre-draft videos. Not a bad safety for them to pick. They need a safety help bad. I mean, they were starting Jamal Adams at points last year. Commercial break at the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes left. 8-point game from Birmingham. This one could end up coming down to the wire. Despite what was a dominant first half from the Showboats, They have let the Stallions find some life, and that's not a thing you want to do consistently. All right, Pittsburgh's pick is in, I believe. Yeah, pick is in for Pittsburgh. This will be the spot. This would be the spot for Shedeur Sanders. If he doesn't go here, maybe Cleveland, but that's like 10, 12 picks away. And apparently the word on Rodgers will be coming soon as well, but this is a big pick for the Steelers. This is the moment. This is the pick here. This would be the pick here. As we're at commercial break between Memphis and Birmingham. What's the pick? As my YouTube TV is buffering during the draft. Oh, the Steelers go a running back. Caleb Johnson out of Iowa. Shedeur Sanders still on the board. There has to be something we're missing. So, KC just made a trade. They're on the clock. But Tampa's pick is in first. Next time that Shedeur could go is Cleveland, but that's not for a long while. As we still at commercial break for the end of the third quarter. Yeah, KC on the clock right after this Tampa pick. As though we do have a challenge here for Memphis. A challenge for the delay of game, I think. They lost that challenge? Are you kidding me? I do not agree with that. The Buccaneers go Jacob Parrish out of K-State. How did Memphis lose that challenge? All right, Cookus and shotgun. Back to his left. Two receivers to each side. Ball on the plus 41. As Cookus in play action and look to throw. Pass over the middle is caught by Marable. That's a first down and more inside the 30 to about the 29. How did Memphis lose that challenge? Tampa has gone back-to-back corners. All right. Cookus and shotgun back to his right. Three receivers to the left. Ball on the 28-yard line. As Cookus is going to hand this off left side for Marable. And that's going to get up to about the 25, a gain of 3. This is a big drive here for Birmingham. A chance to tie this game up. Again, KC has traded up. Cookus in play action. Look to throw in 2nd and 7. Pass left side for the end zone. Off the fingertips of Deon Cain. It was there. Would have been a big time play. Instead, it falls harmlessly to the ground for Memphis' sake. 3rd and 7 coming up. Chiefs go Noel Williams out of Cal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that was not delay of game on that challenge. I thought for sure they had a chance. But Hey, if they can make the stop nonetheless, it'll be just fine. Cook is to throw on 3rd and 7. Pass left side is tipped at the line and incomplete. Yeah, Revs haven't been the greatest this year. But that, to be fair, since the end of the UFL last year, the Revs have been bad across every sport, it feels. So it's been rough across the league. All right, 43-yard kick for Harrison Memphis. On the left hash, it is up, and it is good. The Stallions cut this to a 5-point game with 12:43 to play in the fourth. It has been 9 unanswered points scored by Birmingham. We finally have a commercial break between both the UFL and the NFL draft. I'm going to quickly be right back. All right, I am back. Oh, have they been bad in Australian sports as well? It's weird, man. It is weird how bad the refs have been recently across sports. I mean, there's always that joke about baseball and how the umps are bad, but hockey officials have been bad recently. NBA officials have been atrocious. Yeah, we all know NFL and how bad they've been in football as a whole. It's weird. It's weird. And you would think with the ability to challenge everything and the fact that Blandino and Piera can step in and change a call, that refs should be a little bit better here in the UFL. Just it hasn't come to fruition like that. It's weird. I mean, I think part of it is you need to put more pressure on some officials in order to make sure that they look for specific things. But there's not really a good way to do that, at least in football. As we're just coming back from commercial break in both the draft and in this game. And this one's gonna come down to the end here. When Miami has the 14th pick in the 4th round, right? I mean, there's still some guys from Miami to get really bad. Damn. It's weird. Yeah, you would think I mean, officiating is not the easiest thing. I'll fully admit to that. I mean, I have nothing but respect for most refs, but come on, some of these things they miss is ridiculous. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from about the 7, and has room down that right side past the 40, and gets tripped up to the 44. A touchdown save and tackle there. I don't know what I expected Melvin Gordon to sound like, but it's not that. Oh, Chargers go Jamari Caldwell at Oregon, D tackle. Hey, that's not bad. They lose Joey Bosa in the offseason. They need to get some kind of added pass rush. Good depth piece. Win and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that is a gain of about 3, maybe 4 there. And I believe that is Jalen Jackson on the carry. No, it was Deneric Prince. Yeah, better standards and clearer rules are the. I think really just better standards. I think the rules are clear enough outside of like pass interference and what is and isn't a catch. But like, I think yeah, just better standards as a whole needs to be in play. Win and shotgun gonna hand this off right side for Deneric Prince. Has room to run. That's a first down carry. A gain of 7. It's been this ground game for Memphis has been solid tonight. Been a big reason why they have this 5-point lead. That's a good carry right there. So Win and shotgun back to his left. To shift it back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Win gonna hand this off up the middle for Prince. Has room to run a first down and more. Inside the 30 to the 28, maybe the 27. Deneric Prince running well as hell in this one. Yeah, it's not fully the ref's fault. I mean, some of the missed calls can be, but like for the most part, it's just like, for the most part, it's not. There's so much that goes into everything that you can't fully blame the refs for every single mistake. Oh, who's announcing the pick for the Packers right now? We're gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's a loss of about 3. Deneric Prince in the backfield. Oh shit, Jerry Kramer's announcing the pick. Hell yeah. Oh hell yeah, I love that you have 2 legendary Packers announcing the pick right now. Yeah, whoever this player is gonna have a lot of pressure on them. Davion Williams, they go receiver TCU. As Win gonna look to throw here on 2nd and 13. Pass left side gonna be caught and down to about the 25. That's Isaiah Washington on the reception. Hey, they're building that receiver room a bit over there in Green Bay. That's a nice pick. A lot of pressure on the kid though. I mean, you have two OG Packers from those very early days announcing it. Yeah, it also does depend on the sport as well. A 3rd and 6, Win looking to throw. Pass time, pass over the middle is caught by Washington. That's a gain of 7 in the first down. Ball to the 18. Yeah, but the other issue is you can't really afford to have higher standards on refs because there is a shortage on refs. So like that definitely plays a factor into things. But like over in the NHL, I think is a prime example where like yeah, refs are bad. But for the most part, like they are not scared to use replay review to make sure they get the absolute correct call. Especially with some of the bigger penalties. As Win gonna keep it himself right side on the read option, that's a loss of about 3, maybe 4. Not a good loss of yards to take there, but I mean, there's 8:25 to play in this game. You're still sitting good. All right, Jacksonville, what's they gonna do here? But this is their first pick since. This is their first pick since Travis Hunter, right? Top weeks, yeah. Yeah, for more training is definitely a way to help, but there's a difference between training and when you get into the game environment. Caleb Rance on a 2-lane for Jacksonville. 2nd and 13, pass right side by Win, can be caught by Prince on a screenplay. Has the blockers, a first down and more. He gets in, a touchdown for Memphis. But there's a penalty on the play. What will this be? As it stands, is a 21-yard touchdown grab from the a 21-yard touchdown grab for Deneric Prince on the halfback screen, but it's going to be called back due to holding. They call Isaiah Washington for the hold, and that's going to be called back. I wouldn't say that's necessarily the dagger. Yeah, that's a clear hold. I wouldn't say that would have been the dagger in this game, but it sure would have helped. 7:48 now to play. 2nd and 17. Second and 17, win to throw. Gonna try and step up, breaks off one sack. Pass over the middle is caught by D. Anderson. Going to get upended near the 21-yard line to get the yardage back from the holding call, but still not much going there. A 3rd and long, 7.5 to play. So 3rd and 13. 7:10 to play in the game. Win and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on the 21 to get the snap off just in time. Win to throw. Pass left side. And that's caught to the 14. A great grab from Jonathan Adams in between 2 defenders. But it's a good 3rd down stand for Birmingham. You send out the field goal unit here. Yeah, like penalties are a thing. Penalties are just not a force of habit, but there's just a natural occurrence in any league. That's why, like, the league that has the most pressure to have absolute perfect officials is the MLB. Oh, and there's too many men on the field for Memphis. Gonna push them back 5. God damn it, Jacksonville. They treated up and picked Wyatt Millum. Damn it, Jacksonville. I was kind of high on Wyatt Millum out of West Virginia. He's someone I would have been happy with Miami getting in the 4th. God damn it, Jacksonville. I just threw something I kind of need. Where the Okay, great. 4th and 11, the 37-yard kick from the left hash with 6:20 to play in the game. Matt Coughlin on to try and make this an 8-point Memphis lead. It is up and right down the middle. We're heading to a commercial break in this one as well. 6:16 to play in the game. Where did I... I just threw one of my USBs that I need in order to get the graphics for the streams. That's great. I'll find it at some point. All right, again, we're at commercial break in this one. Oh, is that it? Does Sanders not have an agent of some kind? I mean, I don't think that would be a hark on it though, to where he falls out the 3rd. Wait, and then Sanders can't go back to Colorado? Because yeah, I mean, like him not having an agent should not be an issue. Because there's plenty of players who represent themselves. But the fact that Sanders has fallen this far is crazy. I mean, The Raiders have 2 picks right at the end of the third here. That would be the next opportunity. Maybe Cleveland coming up, but geez. I don't know what to call. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, you don't want to change the rules so much. And there was, I want to say it was like 2021 or so. The AFL I watched sporadically a bit. Yeah, I'm always down to find new sports. Or I'll find my I'll find a way to maybe not necessarily tune in the games, but definitely keep an eye on rugby league. Like, the physicality of sports is one thing I love, and we all know how physical rugby can be. Kickoff on the way going to be returned up to about the 24th. So pissed at. I'll find that USB drive at some point tomorrow, most likely. But yeah, I'll definitely look at some like not highlights per se, but the same way that I'm here covering the NFL and UFL, I'll look at see try and find some people covering rugby league for sure. Took his throw over the middle. It's a wide open pass to Dion Kane, but he fumbles and picks it back up. Should have been a gain of like 12. Instead, it's a gain of 8. I should have another somewhere if I need to. I don't want to buy another one. All right, 2nd and 2 coming up. Cook is going to hand this off up the middle, and that's a first down carry for, I believe that's CJ Marable, a gain of 3. Yep, that's CJ Marable. It's just on my mind now, that USB drive. Is it really not? It's just underneath the chair. All right, Cook is in shotgun. Back to his left, can motion it back out wide to the right. As Cookus will look to throw. Pressure coming, steps up to avoid it. Pass right side is incomplete. Looking for Marable along the sideline. Oh yeah, Dylan Gabriel is still available as well. God, there's a lot of high-name quarterbacks available. Yeah, time zones definitely make it hard, but we're approaching the summer months where like I don't know, I have my internships you have to worry about, but we're approaching a period of like 2 weeks or so where I'm gonna be going to bed late anyway. So I'll find a way. Cookus and shotgun looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Has time. Pass right side is overthrown, incomplete, looking for Marable. Rams keep adding to that already great defensive line. They go to Josiah Stewart out of Michigan. I mean, is the season going on right now for that? And I know also like hemispheres making so seasons are different. So it's like approaching winter right now over for Australia, right? If I have my geology correct. Lucas and shotgun back to his left, and the play actually looked to throw in 3rd and 10. Pass in right side, overthrown and incomplete once again. That was a big time 3rd down that Birmingham could not convert. And yeah, we have all 3 timeouts, about 4 minutes to play. Birmingham's going to send this one down. All right, punt comes off clean for Birmingham with 3:22 to play in the game. Going to be returned beginning from inside the 20 at about the 17. Isaiah Henney gets up past the 25 to the 26. Yep, cool. Yeah, I definitely tune into it. After Monday, my sleep schedule is going to be in the shitter for a while. Damn, Baltimore goes Emory Jones out of LSU. That's a great pick for them as well. That's a great pick for them. I mean, it means that the other LSU guard is still available, but damn. All right, 1st and 10 for Memphis. Ball on their own 26. The Fridays and Saturday games. Yeah, I like the Friday and Saturday games as well, just because. Oh, handoff up the middle gains about a yard. I like them as well, just because again, there's no pressure. Well, no pressure, but like they're at a time to where like it's tail end of the day. It's a good way to wrap up and begin a weekend with just watching football. Like, if as much as I love Sunday Night Football during the NFL season, the Sunday morning games in the UFL aren't the same feeling as a 1 p.m. Sunday game. Handoff left side can be gained about a yard again for Memphis. As Birmingham will begin to call timeouts. They call their first one here. But it's just, yeah, Friday night and Saturday night football is always great. That's Sean Alexander getting announced in the pick? Yeah. So 3rd and 8 for Memphis. 2:36 to play in the game. Birmingham calls their first timeout. Jalen Milroe? Seattle picks Jalen Milroe. The 4th quarterback off the board is Jalen Milroe. To Seattle. Win and shotgun back to his left, looking to throw on 3rd and 8. Has some time, gonna step to his right to buy more, looking downfield. Pass it right side and incomplete. A dangerous throw to Jonathan Adams. Memphis wants a penalty. None are thrown. It's a great 3rd down stop for Birmingham. I believe that was Trey Norwood in coverage there. Jalen Milroe? Yeah, I mean that does sound great. I always am. As Memphis gonna send this one down real quick. One comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from about the 36, but that doesn't matter. Amari Rogers gets up past midfield to the 45, and a touchdown save and tackle was made there by Steel Chambers. I am partially jealous of like Central Time and Mountain Time people, because it feels like, for as much as like noon kickoffs I kind of struggle with still for the UFL. Once we get to like next week and week 8 and all that, I'll get back to a rhythm with it. But like a noon kickoff for the UFL sounds perfect. You begin football at noon, it goes until like 10, 11 at night. That sounds like the perfect window. Because here on the East Coast, like, I love the 1 o'clock starts. Raised with it, it's great. So then football ends just a little bit too late for me. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason why I also love college football on Saturday, because I'm not like a diehard of any specific school in college football, but I love the noon start time. And I love that it just goes on throughout the entire day. It's perfect. Just have a quad box on. You get to tune into all the games. It's great. Last time Seattle picked a quarterback in the third down was Russell Wilson. One second, as we're just coming back from commercial break. Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm so used to the NFL scheduling on Sundays now to where like it doesn't fully bother me. But like I sit here at my desk on Saturdays and I have college football in the background. I'm just like, this is perfect because I love. Because for a while my upload times was like noon, was like following college football. It was noon, 3, 6. I decided to change it to 1, 4, or 7 as like potential upload times just because it follows the NFL a bit better. But like the college times for me are great. They're definitely my preferred way. Focus and shotgun, back to his left, 1st and 10, under 2 minutes to play. Pass left side is caught by Deion Kane. A 1st down, gain of 11 up to the 35. Birmingham only down by 8. They have a very good chance here. Cook is in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side looking to throw. Cook is stepping left and going to just dump this off at the feet of Ricky Person, incomplete. 1:37 to play in the game. Cleveland's pick is in. This is another chance for Shadur, but if he doesn't, dude, I do not know with Shadur anymore. Cook is in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Motion to back out wide to the right as he looks to throw in 2nd and 10. Launching one deep, left side overthrown, incomplete. I do not like that decision. Looking for Davion Davis. I don't like that decision. You need to get at least 5. You get 5 and you go from there. You don't take a deep shot on 2nd and 10 there. Unless it is open. Big 3rd down. Cook is play action looking to throw. Has time. Gonna step up and take it himself. Needs a 25-yard line. Diving forward. What's the spot? They're gonna say he got 11. Cookus uses his legs to keep the drive alive. $1:20 to play in the game. Ball in the 24. Cookus alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Birmingham still has 2 timeouts if they choose. Cookus throwing left side, caught inside the 20. That's Davion Davis to the 19. And he gets out of bounds. Clock stops with 1:10 to play. Birmingham has a chance. The question now becomes, if/when you find the end zone, do you go for 2 to tie the game? Or do you go for 3 to take the lead? Yeah, balance of primetime are a good time to get a way to word it. Because again, primetime is always fun to watch, but going to bed at midnight is getting very tiring for me. Cookus throw over the middle. That's a gain of 5 up to the 15. A big 3rd and 1 coming up. Cookus alone in shotgun looking to throw. Not going to keep it himself. A QB draw for Case Cookus as he slides down near the 6. 1st and goal, 6 yards out, 42 seconds to play. Birmingham still has 2 timeouts. They can work the entire field. But clock is starting to tick. 36 seconds, 35 seconds. You have your timeouts. Call one of them. 30 seconds now. Cookus in shotgun looking to throw. Has time. Pass. End zone. Caught. Touchdown Birmingham. Marlon Williams in the back of the end zone. 2 points away from tying this game at 20. 25 seconds to play. Birmingham has done it. Now, do you go for 2 or go for 3? That's a strike from Case Cookus in the back of the end zone. That's a great throw to make. That is a fantastic ball. They're going to go for 2 from the 5 to tie this game at 20. All right, Birmingham will call their first timeout. You need to make sure they have a great play here. I mean, they do still have the 4th and 12 after this if they fail. This is a big time play here. We may see our very first overtime game in the UFL. I think ever. I don't think there was one last year. The Browns go Dylan Gabriel. 5 quarterbacks off the board. None of them are Shedeur Sanders. What the fuck is going on? Wow. All right, 2-point try from the 5. Cookus alone in shotgun. 4 receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Cookus to throw. Has time. End zone. Back of the end zone. Caught by Jay Sternenberger. Touchdown Birmingham. This game is tied with 25 seconds to play. What a throw from Cookus. Back-to-back plays on the money. And this game is tied. Birmingham does not go down without a fight. Memphis let them hang this entire half. They couldn't seal the deal. And we have a potential overtime matchup now. That's a great throw from Cookus, man. Just let it rip, man. He has a great throw. Cookus has these moments of being like, yeah, I am a legit quarterback. There's a reason that he led Philadelphia to the USFL championship a few years ago. He can play. Again, UFL overtime works different. Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. So again, UFL overtime is very different from both college and the NFL. It is more so similar to like 3rd and 4th round of college overtime, where teams are going to be exchanging conversion attempts, and it's pretty much NHL and soccer shootouts, shootouts, but in football. As kickoff is underway, this will be returned beginning from inside the 5, and that's going to be Isaiah Henney. Had some room to return this one big, but gets brought down at the 34. Memphis has 2 timeouts, 18 seconds to try and get into field goal range and avoid overtime. Matt Coughlin has a season long of 57. So you need to get to the 40 at minimum with 2 timeouts. Yeah, Cookus just has to stay healthy. That's one of the things with him. He needs to stay healthy. Jared Wilson out of Georgia is the pick for New England. They get his center. That's a great pick for them as well. Win in shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Looking to throw. Pressure coming and avoid it to his right. Still looking downfield. Throwing over the middle. That's caught for the first down. Kwame Lassiter gets about 11, and they're going to have to call a timeout here with 9 seconds to play. They have time for one, maybe 2 more plays. They need to get inside the 40 for Matt Coughlin. Now, Memphis has had a kicked blocked this season. Coughlin's only miss on the season was a block against DC in week 2. He has a great leg to him. He's a reliable kicker. You get inside the 40, you have a great chance. This is great. We've been waiting for a game like this from the UFL. It sucks that this is going on at the same time as night 2 of the draft because no one's watching this outside of us. There's maybe like 300K people watching this. Win and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. 9 seconds to play. Win to throw. Pass. Left side has the man. Caught along the sideline. Kwame Lassiter marking him out of bounds at the 39. They get field goal range. 4 seconds to play. You have to send out the field goal unit here. If you're Birmingham, you need to challenge something here. There's nothing to lose. 1. He got both feet. Kwame Lassiter, former Cincinnati Bengal, coming in massive for Memphis. He barely gets that left foot in. But if you're Birmingham, you have to just throw the challenge. Memphis calls their final timeout. If you're Birmingham, you have to throw the challenge. You need to find something. Because again, Matt Coughlin, he can hit from here. This would be about a, 56-ish yard kick. As out comes Matt Coughlin. This is it for the game. To avoid overtime. To get your first win on the season against a fantastic Birmingham, against a great Birmingham team. When I say fantastic. 57-yard kick. This is his career long from the left hash. For the win, Coughlin, kick up. And he missed it to the right. He barely missed it to the right. I think he had the leg on that one, though. But he missed it to the right. And we have overtime. Yeah, I think Memphis found their quarterback and dressed to win. He is playing incredibly well. Also, just missed it. The Falcons selected a safety with their pick just there. They drafted a safety. I want to say out of like Illinois, but probably wrong about that. I just know they didn't draft offense. Now Houston's selection is up. They've been going offense heavy this draft. All right, Houston goes Jalen Smith out of USC to go to corner. As again, we have overtime in Birmingham. The first overtime game of the UFL. This is a big one. Like, this is a prime example of what happens if you let Birmingham hang on and you let them play. So the Raiders have back-to-back picks here at the tail end of the 3rd round. Then it's the Niners, then it's Philly and Minnesota. These next 2 picks is where Shedeur would have to go if he's going to be a 3rd round pick. As we're just coming back from commercial break, we have a shootout in the UFL. Best of 3, very similar to the NHL and how soccer does it. Going to be alternating plays from the 5-yard line. And it's just whoever gets in the most. It's a shootout. This is unique to the UFL. And really, yeah, UFL as a whole, most other leagues don't do overtime this way, at least football-wise. As Memphis will get the ball first in the shootout. Both teams are going to have 1 timeout as well. Win and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right as he's going to look to throw. Pass, end zone, incomplete. And there is a penalty marker down in the end zone. Looking for D. Anderson. They're going to call DPI on Birmingham here. Pass interference on the Stallions. They're going to call it on Marjorie Harper. And that's a terrible penalty to take. First penalty in the shootout. He got a hand on that ball, though. But yeah, that left arm wraps around. Alright, we're still in the first attempt of this shootout. But now it's going to be a try from the 1. Or I think the 2, maybe. But nonetheless, again, it's best of 3. So each team's going to have 3 chances at the very least. The try is from the 1-yard line. Win in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Win going to look to throw. Rolling to his right to buy some time. They're going to step up. Rolling to his left. Still looking. Pass is batted away and incomplete. So Birmingham has successfully stopped 1 try from Memphis as Win is slow to get up. He takes a hit after this one. There's a penalty marker down now. In the backfield. Is it going to be roughing the passer? The score? Roughing the passer on defense. What? It's a roughing the passer on Birmingham, and despite the try failing, by rule, it's a successful try. So Memphis is up 1-0 in this shootout now, with Birmingham's first try about to go. Because of back-to-back penalties, the try is good. It is a 22-20 lead. So back-to-back live ball penalties on the defense means the try is successful. So it's 22-20 Memphis. It's a best of 3, so even if Birmingham fails here, they're still in this. Yeah, like Memphis has been a lot of games the past 2 years that they very easily could have won. Oh, Birmingham's going to challenge something here. Birmingham's going to challenge that there was supposed to be a holding call there as well, which would offset the penalties and replay the previous try from Memphis. They're challenging that number 96 should have been held. Oh, they're going to lose this because he said the wrong player. They're going to lose. There was holding on the play, but they're losing the challenge because he said on 96. 96 wasn't on the field. Skip Holtz, what you doing? Vegas goes guard with their second to last pick in the 3rd round. Caleb Rogers out of Texas Tech. Paul stands. They lose the challenge because they said that the wrong player was held. Oh my, because there was holding. Number 90 got held. But because Skip Holtz said 96, they lose the challenge. Bradley Anai did get held. But Skip Holtz said that Carlos Davis got held, and he wasn't even on the field. Alright, now a try for Birmingham. Hookus and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Hookus will look to throw. Gonna step up and take it himself, and he's going to get just short. Try is no good, but the game's still not over. It's a best of 3. So if Memphis gets this next conversion, and then they stop Birmingham, then they will win. But Birmingham is still in this game if their defense can make another stand. Yeah, poor Skip Holtz, man. He was there. It was good decision to challenge, but just wrong challenge. Raiders go Charles Grant, a tackle out of William and Mary. Shadur Sanders has fallen out of the 3rd round. All right. So another conversion attempt, another shootout try for Memphis. If they get this, if this is successful, and their defense makes a stop on the following Birmingham try, Memphis is 1-4 on the season. So Win and shotgun back to his right. They're making some adjustments here, but play clock's winding down. They got 10 seconds left on this. They're gonna have to call a timeout. 5, 4. They're not gonna get this play off in time. Oh no, okay. So there was a Birmingham player that was on the field, despite the fact he wasn't allowed to because of being checked out due to injury. It's Zeno. So okay. So Zeno has to miss this try. That's a big loss for this Birmingham defense. He's a great linebacker for them. So out in comes DeMarquis Gates to step in. Win and shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. The second shootout try for the Showboats. Win to throw. Has time. Pass back of the end zone. And he did not get his feet in bounds. He couldn't get his feet in bounds. J.J. Wilson was wide open in the back of the end zone. That's a great throw from Dresser Win. And yeah, he doesn't get his feet in. So Birmingham is still very much alive, even if they fail this next shootout try. If they convert this shootout try, we're guaranteed to have one more full shootout series. If they fail, all Memphis needs to do is convert their next try. Sanders is the Stallions. That would be, if he goes to the UFL, that would be crazy. Cook is to throw. Has time. Pass. End zone. Too high. Incomplete. Birmingham wants a penalty, but that's uncatchable. Mark Gilbert makes the play. Looking for Marlon Williams. No penalty. Mark Gilbert makes the play. All Memphis needs is to convert this shootout attempt. All Memphis needs is to convert this shootout try and they win. If they fail, Birmingham has a shot. Dresser Win taking the field in his first ever professional start with a chance to knock out the defending champs and give Birmingham their first home win in years. Win to throw. Has time. Pass. End zone caught. It's good. D. Anderson and the Showboats have won it in overtime. The Memphis Showboats walk into Birmingham and do the impossible, it felt, and knock out the defending champs on the road. What a win for the Showboats. Dresser Win has proved me so wrong in this game. What a showing from the kid. Making his first ever professional start, and the Stallions have lost at home for the first time in the UFL, period. I believe for the first time since like 2022, maybe 23. Wow. Just wow. This was a great win for Memphis, man. This is one that they needed. Like, this is fantastic. The 49ers picked Upton Stout out of Western Kentucky with their third round pick. Dresser win, man. Have yourself a night. What a show win. It started off with the 78-yard touchdown pass to DeAnderson. And it ends with a 5-yard conversion to DeAnderson to win by 4. What a win for the Showboats. Man, oh man. You know what? We got 2 picks left in this third round. We're going to stay for the end of it. Might as well. We have Denver and Minnesota still to pick. We might as well see how day 2 ends of the draft. But wow. Broncos have traded with Philly to get the second to last pick in the third round, and now their pick is in. Ugh. All right, the second to last pick in the third round, Denver is going to take Savion Jones out of LSU. They go with an edge rusher there. All right. Really nice edge rusher there. Again, at this point in the draft, it's good depth pieces, but yeah, that's a prime example of what the UFL can be. Was that game? That was a great game, man. Dresser win is definitely gonna have eyes on him now from NFL teams, just because of that game. You knock out the defending champs on the road, crazy. That is a great win for them. All right, Vikings pick is in. The final pick of the third round. Let's see what the Vikings decide to do. Final pick of the third round. What you got, Minnesota? Do vote out to announce the pick. The Vikings go Tay Felton, a wide receiver out of Maryland. And the last time the Vikings picked a receiver out of Maryland in day 2 of the draft, it was Stephon Diggs. So we'll see if this works for them. But that's going to do it from me. Night 2 of the draft is over. This game was fantastic. We honestly, I won't be live tomorrow night for Michigan at St. Louis.
plans got rearranged, so that's gonna be taking up some yeah. So that time frame I had not gonna be available anymore, but it's fine. I might just re-upload my reaction to that final 2 minutes plus overtime of this game, as that was a fantastic game. But we'll see. If not, I'll most likely be live on Sunday at some point. Most likely, if I'm able to, it will be for Houston and San Antonio. If not, say goodbye to what you see behind me, as next week in week 6 is going to be a completely new setup, and we're gonna have a much more stable connection for the streams. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.